Welcome back to a new video. So this was a bit of a longer workout, but that's because I did just a lot more reps and I guess exercises, but it's mostly just doing more reps with everything. I noticed one change with my muscle snatches, still no hook, but I'm adding the contact in to work on the bar path, keeping it close, working on that extension, all that good stuff. So I'll, for the time being, keep the contact in just to really reinforce that. After doing the muscle snatches, I moved on to doing some no foot power snatches. Same kind of thing as adding the contact into the muscle snatch to work on the pull, the fixation above my head, all that good stuff. And it's just a nice movement to do. I did miss 100 and then I went and made it on the second attempt. So it just gives me something to work towards in a similar session to get to that 100 without a miss. I was just early, and it's one of those things that I'm not going to fight for a lift that hard when I'm trying to do it with better technique, not just trying to get the lift up or with any sort of technique. So focus with snatch. I've said it a couple times, just trying to get the bar back, trying to get the bar path to be better, trying to wait longer. And when I was doing the no foot powers as well, I was trying to keep my heels down doing them, and I found that was helping me wait a bit longer as well. So that was one thing I noticed with my snatches in the competition, and really just in training in the last block, in the last peak, is they were inconsistent and loopy and all over the place, and I just wanted to be more precise and really be able to express my strength a lot more on them, because I definitely think that I could do 130, 140, really even in my current strength state, if I just have better techniques. So I'm gonna be working on that a lot, not so much focused, especially on sessions like this, on getting to super heavyweights, but really just trying to move correctly. Use straps for all the no foot power snatches, just keep my hands from getting completely tore up, but since I'm in kind of just a general phase, I don't mind utilizing straps a lot. After doing no foot power snatches, I did some no foot power cleans. Not that I'm necessarily too worried about my clean in particular, just because I was doing no foot powers with snatch, I added them in for the cleans as well. But the focus for those are more so just doing some power jerks, which very similar to actually with the no foot power snatches, where I'm not really worried about a particular weight I'm going up to, just worried about working on the technique and the leg drive for the jerk, in particular obviously with that movement, but just trying to get movement in, trying to get some volume in, just getting general training in, and trying to keep the weights light. Another good reason to, and not that I would necessarily advocate using straps for cleans, but one reason, one positive of them is that you can't go as heavy unless you're want to actually break both your arms, but they kind of limit you in what either your mobility or what you are comfortable doing, and so the weights stay a bit lighter. But I'm kind of just throwing them in just to see how they feel for this session, not really any other deep reason other than that. But snatches went decent other than that miss at 100 that I came back and made. Clean jerk work went well, nothing really too crazy with those. Then did some back squats where I worked up to 200, which I was pleasantly surprised moved. I did it without a belt and with the knee wraps on, so pleasantly happy with how squats felt. And then did a drop set down with 120 where I just did a pause triple. I don't know how much volume I'm going to add on the drop sets currently when I'm doing squats. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of it and just kind of slowly add stuff in on the drop sets, because I really felt like squats went well during that last block. I do want to emphasize more front squats, I suppose, but just trying to do the same thing I do with the back squats, and just getting more reps in on those drop sets, and really just trying to get generally stronger in the legs. It's always a focus with anyone that does weightlifting. It just gets stronger in the legs and just generally get stronger. But originally this workout, these push jerks were going to be push presses, but I figured push jerks would be nice just to emphasize more speed, because that's one thing I think that I don't do enough of, is just lifts that I'm really just trying to move fast. I'm really good at static strength and doing like a push press where I'm grinding out, or doing an overhead press where I'm really grinding out and like holding a heavy weight above my head. I don't really generally have too much of a problem with, but it's just being faster and more explosive into those positions. So another emphasis with that. But after the squats that I just mentioned, I kind of went ADD there and went back to the clean jerks because those just came up in the video. But after the squats, I didn't record these, but I did some more upright rows like I did in the mic'd up video. So I did 2 days in a row of those, and I went a little bit heavier, just up to 65 pounds, and they just feel really nice. And so I'll probably continue to add them in, not every session, because I can say that after or in the next session I did a different accessory movement, but definitely a couple times a week. I don't know. It's an easy, cheap movement to linearly progress. It's nice. That's one thing I always forget with accessories and bodybuilding movements is that when you start doing them again, they're really easy to just add weight each time that you do them, and just keep progressing because you have that novelty to them. But yeah, just a productive session. Getting back to it. When I finish competitions, I don't generally take much time off, if any. Usually I train the same day as a competition if I'm able to, if I feel like it, which the last couple I have, and the next day I just kind of just jump back in the training and just try to just start working on things. And I don't know, I like training and I like lifting and I feel productive when I do. I don't like just taking days off of training unless there's some sort of purpose, whether it's an illness or some sort of more severe injury, I suppose. But just like if I feel fine, like I'm just going to train. And I think it's just generally a good rule of thumb to have for most people. If like you feel pretty good, you don't necessarily need to do like an arbitrary just I'm going to take a time off or a deload unless you really feel like you need it, from whether it's it's an injury or illness, or even like a mental day off is usually beneficial. But if you feel like training, it's probably a good idea to train and not hold yourself back, and try to get better at whatever you want to work on that particular day. And this one I kind of just did a little bit of everything. But getting back to it, when I hit some good numbers, so I got to get better at everything and get stronger and all that good stuff. I don't know if my numbers will take a big dip if I lose just a little bit of weight. I'm kind of going back and forth, but I'm essentially not trying to maintain my weight, which means by default that I'll lose weight, hopefully rather slowly. But I would like to lose about 10 pounds and get down to about 225, which I guess would be about a 102 weight class. So nothing that's going to be too radical, and I don't think my numbers will dip too much, particularly if I lose the weight slowly, which based on kind of my approach right now is to eat when I'm hungry, to eat normal. And for me, that usually means I just generally lose weight because it's hard for me to maintain this 235 or 107 that I'm currently at. So that's the plan. If I need to make adjustments and start tracking things a little bit more closely, then I can make that adjustment. But I have a feeling that I'll shed a couple pounds quite quickly, and then things start to slow down. Obviously, make adjustments for there. But yeah, that's it for this one. Get this all up and rendered, and hopefully I can stay on top of editing, because God knows I have enough content to post every single day because I work every single day. It's mostly if there's gaps in my uploads. It's more so me being lazy about editing. But anywho, that's it for this one. Talk to you all in the next video. I hope you all have a great day. Peace.